Well, hello there, my name's Vinny Voodoo and Season 4 is in. In fact, I've given it a couple of days to get used to all of the subtle little changes that are there, and I've actually had a go of Fortune's Keep, which I'll talk about in a moment. Golden Plunder, which I'm actually quite enjoying. I haven't actually done Battle Royale, but if that's your thing, there's solos all the way through quads. They're available for you on Caldera. No, the first thing I want to talk about is the Battle Pass. So without further ado, let's jump over to that. And here we are at Season 4's Battle Pass, which you can see is locked, which means I haven't actually bought it yet, and I'll get to why I did that in a moment. The first thing I want to address is there's a bonus bundle skin at the beginning, as there was in the last season, and it was a Wade skin. And I bought the Battle Pass, and that actually disappeared off it, and I never got the skin. So I don't know if that'll happen this time. As I haven't bought the Battle Pass, I can neither confirm nor deny that you will get that skin. But if you buy the Battle Pass, and go and have a look for it, and whinge to Activision if you don't get it. Now, in the last season, I had 950, and I was going to call it a day. There was about 3 hours left of the previous Battle Pass, and I thought I'll just get the first free 100 CP from this season, and that'll take me over the 1,000, and I can buy the Battle Pass. And I thought, I may as well just go up to the next free 100 CP in the last season, and I currently have 1,050. It's a good job I did, because the first actual CP on the Battle Pass is a clan tier item, which, as many of you will know, you can only get if you're in a clan, and you can only get in a clan if you own Vanguard or know someone who does. You cannot get this item by playing Warzone or owning Warzone alone. In fact, it's not the only clan tier item here. There's a watch and a blueprint and so on and so forth. But going back to the 100 CP, that's actually free. The first one is actually at level 48 there. And the next one is actually at level 98. Now, I've never ever spent any money on this game. I played the first 3 or 4 seasons and got the free CP that was there enough to buy a Battle Pass. And then if you do enough of every Battle Pass, you've got enough to get the next one. And I've always bought the Battle Pass. But this time I'm holding back. I want to actually see if I can get to, say, level 40 or 50 to actually justify a buy in this one. Because not only is it got the clan tier items, but it also means that normally you get 1,300 CP per Battle Pass. But unless you're in a clan, you're only going to get 1,200. Plus, you're going to miss out on all of the clan tier stuff. And given that it's all stock, standard fare, watches, you know, a few skins here, a couple of blueprints I will never ever look at, does it really matter? No. But if the Battle Pass is your thing, do keep in mind that unless you're in a clan, you will lose out on some stuff and CP, whether you complete it or not. This seems to be common now for Warzone, and it's worth noting I'm not happy about it. But let's move on to brighter things, and that is Fortune's Keep. One of the nice things about Fortune's Keep Resurgence is they actually have all 4 options, solos all the way through quads. So as I played it for the first time, one thing I noticed was the servers were so insanely laggy that I was actually doing quite well until I wasn't. And that's because the lag was so bad that I ended up in the gas field without knowing it. There was nothing I could do about it, and I died, and the Resurgence had closed, and that was the end of my game. I think I was at like position 23 of solos, so I had a good chance of, at least say, getting in the top 10, and I couldn't. I then had a game of Golden Plunder, and the connection to the server there was also lost, and I also lost everything that had accrued, you know, in terms of the rank and Battle Pass. It's like the game didn't happen. But I'll talk about Golden Plunder in a moment. No, I really quite enjoyed Fortune's Keep Resurgence until the lag really hit me, which is unusual because I don't like battle royales, but because you do have the solos through the quads, and I was on my TOD, so I just selected solos, I felt it was a fair fight. Normally it's me versus quads. But one thing to note here is, despite them absolutely promising that Fortune's Keep would not replace Rebirth, you've probably noticed there's no Rebirth, unless that's the battle royale there is Rebirth, which I doubt, because it would say it. Yes, so yeah, the only mini-map we currently have is Fortune's Keep, and it's different. It's got a slightly different vibe. It's kind of like a cross between the capital in Caldera with a little bit of prison, and yeah, I'm going to have another go of that, which is shocking because it's Battle Royale. And if you like the idea of a new mini-map, definitely give Fortune's Keep ago. But let's talk about Golden Plunder. Now, Golden Plunder is set in Caldera, and we've got a few things to talk about with regards to Caldera. And the first thing, of course, is the return of Storage Town. And it is just Storage Town. It's called Storage Town, and it's great. I love the fact that it's there. In fact, one of the challenges in the Mercenaries of Fortune list is get 100 kills at Storage Town, which currently I have 0 for some reason. I'm fairly sure I got some kills in the last game. I'll have to go back and check my footage. But yes, Storage Town is back. I was on my own, so you may not be aware of this, but if you're on your own and you die, you sort of spawn where you were. If you're with a colleague, you'll spawn near them if they're still alive. So one of the beauties of playing solos in Golden Plunder is if you go to Storage Town and die, you'll still be sort of nearish Storage Town. A good way of keeping yourself there and getting lots of kills there. Yeah, so Storage Town back. Great stuff. Another nice thing is, sure enough, they've reduced the amount of foliage, trees, and so on, and it is a big difference. One of the biggest complaints I had was the fact that cluster strikes and precision airstrikes were identical. One of them should have been a mortar. You should have seen the map from the air and been able to aim downwards as you could in the old Far Cry games. That would have at least dealt with the fact that there were so many trees. Well, now there isn't so many trees, and you can actually see through them, and if you want to bomb the hell out of capital from the top of the peak, you can do so with much greater ease. So that's great as well. And one of the things, talking about the capital, is there's now lots of bridges between the buildings, so it's no more dropping down and trying to find your way back up a building. It's very similar to some parts of Fallout 4, where there's bridges there in between areas to aid navigation, and I commend them for putting those in too. Another thing to note is that the balloon that you use to launch things off, should you not want to use the piggybacks, don't restore themselves. They don't heal. Your standard field upgrades do, but the balloon no longer does. Fortunately, it's fairly easy to find balloons, and of course now they hold 5 million, is it? It's a crazy amount of money. And with that, I actually got quite a large amount of XP just by playing one game. I think I got half a battle pass that without even having a battle pass token on, which is phenomenal. So 2 or 3 games and you're up a battle pass and more. So maybe it will be possible to do this battle pass. And of course, there's lots of other extra stuff. There's these ATMs. There's the fact that you can now go through the quick travel areas. There's golden key cards, none of which I've really got into. And of course, Storage Town isn't the only point of interest that's new. There's a boat in Arsenal and a whole slew of other new stuff as well. They've really pushed the boat out on actually making Caldera a little more fun. I'm not too happy with the time of day. It looks a bit drab, but I don't mind playing Golden Plunder, and I'm definitely going to enjoy playing that with buddies, colleagues, and so on later today. So yes, Plunder is back. It's not been taken away as it normally is at the beginning of a season, and it's better than ever in my opinion. Definitely one to have a go, even if you're a Battle Royale fan. So with all that said, why don't we just sum up where we currently are?
Can you deal with that?
Well, if you've stuck with me this long, I certainly appreciate it. The only other thing I'd like to mention is it feels faster. That was the first thing I noticed. Landing feels faster, parachuting in feels faster. I might do some tests. I did a video a while back where I tested the Modern Warfare operators against the Vanguard operators and proved visually that your Modern Warfare guys flew in slower. And that was a bug, and I'm sure they've probably fixed it now. But yes, the game feels faster. You feel like you run faster. Everything just feels a little bit more tight. And I've got to say that I'm really enjoying that. I like the fact that they haven't done too much. Yes, it was nice having the Kong versus Godzilla, but it was overkill. It wasn't needed this time round. We have a brand new map. We have a bunch of smaller changes and good changes to Caldera that I think really help it. And you can't argue with Storage Town being back. Come on now, that is fantastic. What a shame in about 4 months' time we'll all be playing Warzone 2, which probably won't have Storage Town in it again, and we'll all be crying out for it. But yes, my thoughts are far, if you haven't played Warzone for a while, this is one of the most refreshing new seasons that I've seen in quite some time. And I would recommend just firing it up. And if you're a Battle Royale fan, give Fortune's Keep a go. And if you're a Plunder fan, definitely give Golden Plunder a go, because it's a lot of fun. Should I have anything new to add, I will update this video in future. In the meantime, I'm going to go and have a game, and I suggest you do too. So it just leaves me to say that my name is Vinny Voodoo, and thanks very much for watching.